Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Northwest Native Tracker, the channel that explores Bigfoot ground spore and native lore. So this is a cross-down trail from the opposite side of the stream. And you got a little piece of wood here that balances quite nicely on a rock, which is a sit spot, my guess, because when you sit down in this spot, you can see a Y marker in the branches there that goes straight across to a cross-through trail. And you have this hanging, swinging marker that marks a spring, but it can also be utilized with a real simple touch to send a signal that's under a canopy. It's also very quiet. And you can also activate this little device with this little pole here. Hardly makes a sound. So when they are manipulating material in their areas, it's to mark things like pass down trails. And that one has a pair of stones in the middle of it. Near the bottom right there means two individuals are coming that way. Additionally, you have two fish holding spots right next to each other. This big loop of stones here, and that one, which is no longer blocked off. Fish holding spots potentially. You have a wedge marker in the middle of the stream, right there. You have another spring marker stone there. It's pointing right at the spring. Additionally, there is a potential third pool, because you can see some evidence of it having been, ringed with rocks, but it isn't currently. And this brand new tree here is being utilized, turned into a spring marker tree. The end of it's been broken off, preserving this right angle set here, and the end of this points right at the spring. So let me zoom in on the spring. See where that little pool is? It has a trickle spot down right there. That upper pool is a high water natural spring. It's flowing right out of the side of the hill. And the marker tree is pointing right at it. It's right there. Marker tree, spring. So they mark what is necessary for survival. Now the stone marker in the middle of the river, it also indicates a couple of lines there. Now to read the other things that are going on in this area, there's some stone stacking right here. And this one's actually generational stone stacking, so it lets you know what amount of individuals, how many individuals are in the area. You have another marker here in the middle of the stream bed. Another couple of stones sitting. This one's got a bit of a pointed end to it. And again, it points and marks spring. Let me get a better shot at the little spring for you, and you can see it's flowing right out of the grass and then straight into the stream here. So down here you got a couple of types of stone markers. First, let's look at the hidden one. This is probably their hereditary marker. They probably carry that stone with them. So you've got two groups that have marriage contracts, and the groups agreed to share food. That's what the white stone means. So that's their hidden agreement. This pair of stacked stones is the couple that comes to trade with them most likely. And then this is the group that they're trading with. And again, you have stone markers out on stones in the stream. So this type of marker here husband, wife, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. So new couple, probably married between these groups for arrangements for sharing food, foraging. There is a stone heart present. I don't want to disturb it, but you can tell that it's a stone heart shape. White stone always means good food in the area. So this is how they, and then again there's right next to the streams another cross down trail that you can see. So this is how they communicate with each other. This is how they make agreements, locations they can meet and trade and do their thing, and they are hereditarily carrying on down through the generations. And again, there's more white stone markers out in the stream indicating that this is a good foraging area, has lots of food. Now, I've already checked out the stream bed. There's quite a bit of fish. Little trout are all over this place. And yes, this is a stream bed between two roadways. The park area that used to be a campsite's back over on this other side here. I'm assuming this is somewhere at the end of their trail system on the other side. But this is where I've heard some sounds from, and when I did stop recording, there's another stone right there. It's white marker stone, great food location. It's not uncommon for two groups to create marriage ties, and this is most likely a Yeren group, because the Yeren chopped their marriage trees off and let two sprouts come up. That's why they'll always have kind of a truncated look, so it should be a third one in the middle. If the third one does grow, they'll leave it, or they'll break it out, or rot will take it with age. But the Skookum, they do a split tree, cedar usually. And there is not a new marriage tree, but an older cedar marriage tree that was split right across the stream here. You can see the split. It's got sticks stuck in the fork of it. So they're hoping for fertility. There's also two bent branches here. Means they've wanted to teach children for quite some time. It's a teacher tree. It's marked with bent branches that are bent down at a 90 degree. So there's a good chance I might find language somewhere over on this side, kana, kanji, that sort of thing. So that's sort of how you read the area. And then on down here, I've also found a location that might be a rudimentary tool maker spot. And again, high water, round pocket of stones. You alright, doggo? We'll play some more in a minute. So coming on down this way, there's cross-through evidence where something's been smashing down the grass, walking through there. You got paint evidence with Peshat on it, ancient Hindu, which is something that the Skookum write in a lot. And it's written in clay here. I'll have to try to translate it. Looks like they use red clay. I don't know where the grind spot is, but they're, leaving language markers. Not a kana or a kanji, another language group. Peshat is ancient Hindi and can go into the Hittite lands in really ancient times. Hee hee hee. So we have another marker. Redstone on a little tiny stick that's stuck really good. If you come back, you have a whole pile, half-round pile of stones. You've got a sit spot that's got digging evidence in it. You have an old, what looks like an old blind that has a stone marker in the middle of it. It's a brown stone. That big stone there. And what looks like a woven doorway. So let's look back at the area. Pretty well concealed. This one also has another drop down spot where they come down from across the other side of the road. And another round marker over there. That big stone with the white in the middle. Again, saying good foraging area, white stone. And looks like there's been some pigment grinding going on the other side of the stream, and that little shelf where it's all white. But I'm not positive. I'll have to try to get over there and take a look. Still haven't found where they ground the terracotta. Yeah, and Doggo just found a bowl. A bowl, darling, a bowl. And again, more little round corral-like for holding fish and stuff. That's high water. So this is a little bit about what you'll find in their areas and the kinds of ground spore that's going to be relatively common. Now let's see if I can go find that tool area, because it's a good stretch of about 100 feet where there's cross down to the other side. That's something that looks like it's been chipped on pretty good. Yeah, it's been intentionally shaped a bit. Looks like the tip got broken. Backside's been nipped multiple times and shaped. Napping. And it's got that tri-split like the Neanderthal used to do. You know, knock a piece off the side of a stone, have certain bevels that it always retains because of that. This must be a woman's marker or a woman's tool, because there's a heart-shaped. Maybe it's a couple sharing a tool, because that's not uncommon. There's also a lot of material being removed. You know, stone, removed, getting stacked. There's some blood evidence on this one. Looks relatively fresh, like fish blood, so somebody had breakfast here, because that's pretty new. There's a marker stone there, set up in the middle of other stones. So this is definitely a foraging location for fish. And then you've got this kind of thing going on. So there's broken stone there. And there's potential tools here with a marker stone. So you have a Skinner tool. Let me put it back the way I found it. You have another rudimentary tool that's got a really sharp little edge. Some of their tools they'll just utilize as they come off of the stone the way they do. This one, I'm not sure why they might have kept it, but they've got to have some sort of use for it. If it's really nice in hand, maybe it's a rough scraper of some kind. And then the coarse stone that they were taken from is right there. Additionally, there's some pigment collection going on, and mineral collection. And this one's still got 2/3 of the stone here, so you can line that pattern up with where'd it go? There it is. That pattern with this pattern right there. That's where that stone was broken. So this is lime down here, and this dark layer here is iron. And they might be looking for specific minerals. If you grind this together, you actually make ointment, a mud ointment that will cure poison oak. And there's little remnant chips, but that other third portion I can't find. I don't know where it's at. Another fishing ring remnant holding area. So yeah, there's a lot of cross-through evidence here. And it looks like it's pretty common that they come through this location. And this is the area where I heard sounds from. This is also the side of the river where I got stuff thrown at me from. So to me, these are all real good ground spore indicators that there's something with hands living in the area. There's also another cross-through trail right there, and a couple more across this grassy area. So this is the kind of thing you'll find in their territories. This is kind of how to read it, understand what you're seeing. This is what I mean by living indigenously. They still live like rudimentarily, like natives did in really ancient times. Everything is in balance with nature. You find your resources. You don't overdo it on taking your resources. You share your resources. You make marriage agreements to secure your resources and advance your family's numbers. And sometimes your trading status, because the more hands you have to help with something, the more likely you'll be able to start a trade for yourselves. Because a lot of cryptids actually do have trades. They'll go on trade routes, they'll meet in groups sometimes. It just depends on the types of individuals that are in the area. So I'm guessing these are Skookum and Yeren potentially. The other is they did, as I was exiting the last time I was down here recording, they said hello in Lakota Sioux. So I'm like, oh wow, that's got to be Yeren, because they speak Lakota and Abenaki and Algonquin typically, in addition to their own language. Most of these ancient people are multilingual, to say the least, and they hold to their older traditions. Oh, and there's another mark across the stone left out, or maybe that's a chunk of wood, but looks like stone potentially. So this gives you kind of an idea of the type of stuff you'll see and what the purpose of it is. So these larger tools are for larger animals, deer, that sort of thing. Pigments are usually used for prayer, and the writing over there is most likely a prayer for a good hunt. or an emblem that, signifies something like that. So I will try to figure out the definition of that one, try to translate it. Probably going to have to do a bit of research on that particular type of writing, because I'm not really familiar with it. I have seen it in this valley before, and I know that the Skookum use it. So I'm assuming that that's the Skookums writing. They might be the hosts. It's usually the hosts in native culture that officiate the prayers for the hunt. So I hope that gives you guys a little bit of an idea of how they live and cooperate together. And they got a Y marker. Well, it's actually an X, and then more of a drop down spot. You see some cross through down to this little structure right here. So that's a bit about how they manipulate their environment. And that one looks like they stomped on it. This one looks like it was struck from above with a foot. Let me get up here and see if I can find a toe print of any kind. Yeah, it kind of looks like it. Dang, that foot's like 9 inches across. But the breakage is really good. That's probably a good 800-pound individual to do that. Because that's good 5 inches in diameter. And it's got a knock mark. They really hit that hard. So it looks like potential classroom markers start on this side. And a warning tree. You wouldn't have that scar if it wasn't true. When they hit a tree, they'll leave a smash point like that with the stick they hit it with. After Jen hit the poplar, it had a 4-inch wide, about 1.5 inch deep groove in it, just like this thing, where they hit it. So if you think a power knock is a mouth pop, think again. It's a pretty deep groove for... Yeah, it's a pretty deep groove. So keep that in mind. Hope you like this video. Thank you everybody for enjoying my content. Really appreciate your enthusiasm. And I'm just here to share what my native ancestors taught me about the cryptids on the west coast here. I know them very well. That's why I can read their evidence pretty good. Because it's pretty well known to me. My mom showed me this sort of thing a lot. And, tool repositories, stuff like that. Preparation and, markers for springs. So that was common lore. This is how, on my turnout, she would take me to locations like this and explain to me how these people foraged, so I would learn how to forage the way they do. I would learn where the reliable clean water is, the spring. Don't drink out of the river. God only knows what's in the river, but that spring is clean. Always going to be clean. And then just the bounty. If there's enough food here to collect both herb or plant and also material like meat, items, fish, etc. And you have fresh evidence of a good fishing morning. It's a good spot to come for breakfast. So this is the kind of behaviors that I was taught about. This is what natives used to be taught when they were put on their turnout, their adulthood turnout. You were taught how to survive this way. You were taught how to think this way, to understand your environment this way. Because this is the oldest way that people have always survived on our world. And it doesn't matter what culture you're in. This is a rudimentary form of hand-gathering survival. It translates to every culture on the planet in one way or another. Thank you so much for enjoying my content. I really appreciate every one of you. And thank you for subscribing. And if you haven't, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, please like it and share it. And help promote it. Let other people who are interested in understanding these beings come forward and, examine this for themselves. Because, this isn't going to change. Just like the snap sticks on the ground, you're always going to find this evidence everywhere in this world. Have a great day.